Altherm Window Systems New Zealand Jet Sprinting Championships in the Mouthfresh Superboat class got off to a very damp start at round 1 at the Methanex Aquatrack. Despite repeated attempts to get the meeting underway by promoter Leighton Manel, it was decided to pull the pin as the tropical storms battered the Waitara location. It was also decided to award the same points in the championship to those competitors that braved the terrible conditions. The NZ Sprint Bowl at Merrimeri, just south of Auckland, was the venue for round 2, and the championship started in earnest. The fast rotation suiting the unlimited horsepower of the Superboats, making a fantastic competition debut. Blake Bryant and Kate Hoogerbrug in Bars Bugs Harvest Transport, second in their first outing. But getting his championship off to the best possible start, defending title holder Peter Coey.
Very, very well done.
Round 3 saw the crews head to a much sunnier Methanex Aquatrack in Waitara. Technical rotation claimed a few victims, including Kevin Roberts and current world champions Glenn Head and Olivia van Dersen in Altherm Window System. This in the first elimination meant a big hit in the points for the current world champion. Another fine performance from Blake Bryant and Kate Hoogerbrug netted them third. Again, it was the NZ boat that took the win, but with Sam Newdick at the helm. Peter Coey lent Newdick and Glenn Mason his boat after parts hadn't arrived for PSP Racing after mechanical issues at round 2's Merrimeri. Coey would go on again to finish second and add to his points lead. Just past the halfway stage in the Altherm Window Systems New Zealand Jet Sprinting Championships in the Mouthfresh Superboat field, hit Hastings, the Riverside Jet Track at Crownthorpe, claiming a few in the early going. The drivers feeling the pressure from the Seven Island course and the inclement closing bad weather. Points leader Peter Coey claiming second, whilst Blake Bryant picked up third. But once again, it was Sam Newdick and Glenn Mason, back in their own boat, that took the win. Round 5 was held at the Shelterview Jetsprint track in Wanganui, with qualifying in the daylight and eliminations in the darkness. This round always had the potential to be a game changer. Peter Coey had engine issues in the early rounds and had to settle for 4th place. In 3rd place, Rob Coleman, second after back-to-back wins Sam Newdick, but chalking up their first win of the season, Glenn Head and Olivia van Dersen in Altherm Window Systems. So as we close into the last round, it is Peter Coey and Louise Blythe on top on 135.5 points. The final round of the Mouthfresh Superboats in this year's Altherm Window Systems New Zealand Jet Sprinting Championships was held in the heart of the Southern Alps, the Oxbow Aquatrack in Wanaka. It was jet sprinting like it used to be in some ways. A mountain stream-fed river with a shingle bottom. Pristine waters and coolest temperatures greeted the teams and the big crowds alike. The conditions that drivers face in Wanaka meant a different style for driving, boating down the centre of the course and not cutting corners. Slightly different from what we've seen in Wanganui and all the other North Island circuits, because this one's a gravel base.
Yeah, it is. It's a great track down here. The people at Southern Jet Sprints have done an amazing job, and adding in another island. You know, it's not just a case of digging out another channel. It's working in that rotation around that as well, and it seems to be flowing nicely.
The track's probably 30 metres longer in the front straight there, and it just allows them to open up the channels a little bit more and make the rotation a bit more flowing as well. So I think, like I said, it'll be a very technical course, and there's a lot more work to do out there than it looks from the shore. A lot of those straights through the centres, there's quite a few obstacles to get around. So yeah, it's fast, but it's very technical rotation.
I think the way the taper is in the track, we're getting those big rolling waves. So the smoother we are in that first half of the track, it should be good.
It's a bit of a longer rotation, but we're down in 54s already, so it'll get quite fast towards the end of the day. There's a few niggly bits where some wakes are coming back on us, so just making sure that Blake's taking the right lines. But apart from that, no, we're ready to go.
There's a bit of a navigator's track though. There's definitely some traps out there. A couple of wakes that quite a few of the guys have been finding early on, but not too bad at this stage. I mean, early days.
Rob Coley was looking to find the form he had when we were last here.
Yeah, we actually won here last round, and it's a nice track out there today. It flows well. I mean, they certainly present it nice, and it's good rotation. So, shame we didn't have a bit more horsepower in the other motor, because she'd certainly perform around here today.
Current Mouthfresh Superboats points leader, Peter Coey. Pete, we're here at Wanaka for the final round of the championship, and it's pretty close, 135 to 129.
That's right. I mean, the way that the championship is, the point structure is for the New Zealand champs, slightly friendlier than the world champs. At least with the New Zealand champs, you get into the top three, you're 2 points ahead of the person that gets fourth if you happen to be third. So, yeah, technically, we just need to get out there and race and race for the day, and the championship will, take care of itself.
A change of personnel for the team brought on by the New Zealand fickle weather and the flooding in Wanganui. Sharma Putranuri was back as the navigator.
Quick phone call yesterday morning on the way down, and phoned up Sharma and said, how would you like to start the season and end the season of the NZ boat? So pleasingly she was very happy to do that.
On his debut in Mouthfresh Superboat, past 3 times Group A champion Sam Newdick had found himself just 6 points back in second place.
It's one of those seasons that we thought, coming into a new class, hell of a lot more power. Just to be competitive was our goal, but to be sitting in second spot within a mathematical chance of taking a championship, we couldn't be more happier. So we're just going to approach today like just a normal race day and try to go for that top spot.
Ironically, Newdick tasted victory for the first time in his championship rival's boat at Waitara.
Once we got a taste of that glory, thanks to Pete, we got a sniff of it and we're hungry for more. So we've taken each round and we're pleased. After taking the win in Pete's boat, and then once we got the Tangelo back up and running again, we took a win with that and a second last round. So, for our season, we're absolutely stoked.
Another Group A competitor who made his Mouthfresh Superboat debut this season was Gisborne's Blake Bryan. The season started well for Bryan, a second behind champion Peter Cowie at Merrimeri, but the 10th under lights certainly hurt his championship chances.
We were pretty disheartened after our result at Wanganui, but all in all, up until that point we've had top 3 consistency, which first and foremost was our priority this season. We're happy and we're determined to finish on a good strong note, so the championship can be put aside, the thought of the championship at the moment, and we'll just go out and race our own race, and I believe we'll be competitive.
Always competitive, the current World Superboat champion Glenn Head and Altherm Window System. Capable of setting unbelievably fast times, it's the little things that cost. We've come to the end of a season which has been pretty troubling for you guys.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, we've had a few issues throughout the season with a couple of driver errors and a few engine issues and bits and pieces like that, but hey, we managed to pull something together at Wanganui, not without any issues, but hey, yeah, we've made it all the way down here to Wanaka for the final, and so hopefully we can pull it all together this afternoon and come away with a good result. We said to ourselves at the last event at Wanganui it was just about finishing strong, getting some good results and getting a bit of confidence back and ironing out a few issues that we have had that we have managed to do. So hey, today's the same again, just building blocks for hopefully what will be a better season next year.
Also looking for those building blocks, the Rotorboat team and their driver, 2-time New Zealand Superboat champion Richard Bird. Richard, last round of the season, it's really been a development season for you guys.
Oh, it has been. It's just the backing and people that want to see this boat at the tracks. We were sort of borderline whether we were going to come down here, and then people started messaging on Bring Back the Rotor page. Are you coming down? It's like, yeah, we'll come down.
A mechanical drama slowed Richard and Katie Munro in the early going. Turbo trouble again, taking them out in qualifying round 4. No mechanical dramas, but Scott Donald got things horribly wrong and had this spectacular exit at Oxbow. Not only did he set both the high and long jump record for Wanaka, but he speared through the fence as well, landing at the feet of the startled crowd. So into the quarterfinals with the top 8 now, and it is Glenn Head on top from Peter Cowie and Sam Newdick in third place. And it's Blake Bryan and Graham Hill. This on and off error-ridden run in the top 8 spelt the end for last time out winner here in Wanaka. 2NZ, Rob and Ange Coley in Poison Ivy. 69.448, well off his very best pace. navigational error cost Aaron Hansen and Julianne Shanks as well. This top 8 time of 66.218, nearly 10 seconds off their very best. A good pace for Graham Hill and Amanda Kittow with a 54.125 in qualifying, and a much improved 53.763 here saw them into the 5. Back to the turbo they used at Wanganui, and Richard Burt was looking good, but then he zigged when he should have zagged, and they were the last qualifiers into the top 5. Sam Newk and Glenn Mason dipped into the 52s for the first time here in the 8. Driving hard as he always does, he knew he had to keep a pace with his rivals. Those rivals included points leader and 10 times New Zealand champion Peter Cowie in NZ Trojan Total Oils. A 53.097 here, good enough for him to make the top 5 cut. Fastest qualifier with a 52.258 was Glenn Head and Olivia Van Dersen in Altherm Window Systems, but their 51.819 here, dropping the jaws of all that saw it. Easily the quickest going into the 5. So we have found our top 5, and it is Glenn Head and Sam Newdick, Peter Cowie, Graham Hill and Richard Burt in the rotorboat. Semi-finals action for you now here at Wanaka. It is the 6th and final round of the Altherm New Zealand Jet Sprinting Championships, and it is mouth-fresh Superboat top 5. First to go will be the funeral director from Palmerston North, Richard Burt, and Katie Munro sits alongside him in the navigator's chair. Well, they say that jet sprinting's a family sport. It certainly is, because Katie's mother is Julie, used to be Quantrell, but now Smith, married to New Zealand Group A and World Group A champion Red Smith. Katie now married to Chris Munro, past World Group A champion, so they say they like to keep it in the family. So on the water we go here with the Man As, the rotorboat. Let's see what the split is. 21.040 at the first split. Remember, 2 split times here at Wanaka. The intermediary split will be interesting. Best time so far of the 54.504. That was in qualifying. They had a troubled run up until then. 32.922. They were lucky to scrape into the 5 by the skin of their teeth. Brent Curran and Curran Brothers racing out of Manamana, doing the tuning job on the quad rotor with the big turbo on it, and more problems for Richard Burt and Katie Munro. And can you believe it? They've come to a grinding halt, and their final series is over. This is Graham Hill and Amanda Kittow. Amanda is the navigator. Graham is a nurseryman from Hastings. It's a Nissan quad cam twin turbo V8. The genius behind this is one Brian Hartley out of Palmerston North. It's a Sprint Tech G-Force hull. Best time for them so far of 53.763. That was in the 8. This is the 5. We'll cut him down to 3. 21.247. Slightly slower than the time we saw from Richard Burt, but Burt recorded a DNF. So this is the fastest boat in the 5 at the moment. Looking for the intermediary split. It's a 32.786 for Graham Hill. Finished as high as 2nd in the title chase a couple of seasons ago. Last year was a bit of a write-off. This year's been development as well, but they're coming good at the end of the season in liquid gold. Down into the last straight, the big crowd get excited as these unlimited boats hit full throttle and turn left down towards the finish line. 53.208, so that's the benchmark in the 5 for Graham Hill and Amanda Kittow.
Let's not also forget.
This is Peter Cowie, 10 times the New Zealand champion. He's the points leader going in. What can he do here? Shambra Putranui back in the navigational seat, and that's because poor old Louise Blythe is trapped in a flood-ridden Wanganui after New Zealand's fickle weather. NZ Trojan Total Oils is the boat. Naturally, it's a Sprint Tech G-Force. 575 cubic inch Tracksport engine sits in the back. Split times coming up here. What's it going to be for Cowie? 20.724. That's better than the 21.247 and the 21.0 for Richard Burt and Graham Hill respectively. Looking for another 32 at the intermediary. Will we get one? Yes, we do. 32.164. It's up on the 32.786 we saw from Hill. Best time for Cowie is a 53.097. Is he going to dip into the 52s here? He's going to need to if he wants to win this, because Glenn Head has been unbelievably fast. Down the big straight, full throttle on these unlimited superboats in mouth-fresh superboat. It's a 52.238 for Cowie. He goes to the top.
Time of the day.
The This is Sam Udick and Glenn Mason, 6 points adrift going into this, the final round. 3 times the National Group A champion with his navigator Glenn Mason sitting alongside him. PSP Racing is the boat. It's a Sprint Tech G-Force. It's powered by a 500 Kendrick small block, and there's a problem for Udick. He's not even going to register the first split, and that's a mechanical issue, I would suggest. So it's going to be the big DNF. Did not finish for the man that sat in second place. Glenn Head and Olivia Van Dersen next to go. Altherm Window Systems is the boat. It's a Sprint Tech HRE. It's powered by a 400 cubic inch HRE twin turbo. Puts out around about 1400 horsepower. He's the only one in the 51 so far. He did that in the top 8. What can he do here in the top 5? Looking for the split time. Needs to be in the 20s, and it is 20.474 for Head. That's the fastest we've seen all day. So he is on a mission here. Olivia Van Dersen, her first full season as a navigator. The physiotherapist from Hamilton, 31.649 at the intermediary split, up on the time of Coey's 32.164. Are we going to see another 51-second clocking here from Glenn Head as he timed his run just absolutely dead right here at Wanaka? It's the 6th and final round of the Altherm Window Systems Championship, and it is a 51.836.
The boat's shown all season that it's got all the potential in the world, and it's just about getting it all together. I mean, it was a reasonably steady run. I mean, we got a bit of sunstrike towards the end there and lifted right off, so it's definitely got more on it, but we'll just see what we have to do, really.
So we have cut them to 5, and now there'll be just 3 for the last round of the 2017 series. Glenn Head and Olivia Van Dersen, the fastest with that 51.836. Those times mean nothing now as we get into finals. And first to go it is Graham Hill and Amanda Kitto, and I'm pretty sure this is Graham's first final of the 2017 season. The boat is liquid gold. Graham's a nurseryman out of Hastings. Amanda is his navigator. 21.247 was his split in the 5. Let's see if he can go quicker here in the 3. The boat looks well planted on the water. 21.212, so he is up just fractionally on his top 5 time. Are we going to see a little bit of an upset here? As I mentioned before, Graham's finished as high as 2nd in Mouthfree Superboat. That was a couple of seasons ago. This season's had its drawbacks, but they are coming good at the right end of the season. 32.679. Pays a 32.786 in the 5, so he keeps going in the right direction. He did a 53.208 in the 5. What's he going to do here in the 3? He's guaranteed the bronze medal at the moment. 53.140. He sets the benchmark in the 3.
The competition's great. I mean, it's tough out there. And, it's just congrats to the whole team, all the boys. They stuck with it. And we tried a few things during the season. It didn't work our way, so put it back to normal and look what happens.
Peter Coey and Sharma Putanuri next to go. Title already wrapped up, so he's got 11 now because he did that by getting into the 5. 7 world titles, 11 national titles. You wouldn't bet against this man. Best time in the 5 at the split was a 20.724. Let's see what this one's going to be. It's quicker. 20.557. How does that compare to Glenn Head's time in the 5? It was a 20.474. So he's slightly down on the time set by Head in the 5, but that doesn't matter. 31.028. He's up on the time that Glenn Head set in the intermediary split in the 5, so he's rattling it home now. Is Peter Coey. The boat is NZ Trojan Total Oils. It's been a champion. It's been a 10-time. Well, Peter Coey, the driver's been a 10-time national champion. Is he going to make it 11 here at Wanaka? 51.114, his first dip into the 51s, and it's quicker than we saw Head in the 5. Well, it lays down the gauntlet for this pairing, Glenn Head and Olivia Van Dersen. It is Altherm Window Systems. It's a Sprint Tech HRE hull. Best time for them was the fastest in the 5. That was their 51.836. Just seen Coey go quicker with a 51.114. What's it going to be here? Can Glenn Head rescue this final round title? Can he get the maximum 30 points? It's split time is a 20.124. It's faster than the 20.474 he did in the top 5. Look at the way the boat sits on the water. They've spent lots and lots of development time getting weight out of the boat and changing the distribution of the boat. 31.473 at the split, 31.649 and the top 5 split. We're going to see another 51 if he brings it home in one piece. Is it going to be better though than the 51.114 of Peter Coey, the 10-time champion? We're about to find out. He turns for home. 51.540. It's not better.
The boat's going well, and we know there's so much potential left in it. So yeah, good way to end the season, I suppose, with a win at Wanganui, and it would have been nice to have a win here today. But well done to Peter.
So there is the man. 11 national champions now.
Huge thanks to all my team, Ross, Jeremy, Karen, Perry. He couldn't make it down with the storm either. Great to have my kids here too, and yeah, it's just an awesome experience really. I didn't think I'd ever be blessed to knock over that many New Zealand titles. Thanks to the guys at Mouthfresh sponsoring the Superboats, and also the Altherm people sponsoring the overall series. ENZ, Trojan, Total, hey, they've been around for so long, and gee, we love them.
So it is Peter Coey again having the last word here at Wanaka, the 6th and final round of the Altherm New Zealand Jet Sprinting Championships for 2017. He picks up the maximum 30 points from Glenn Head and Olivia Van Dersen. Graham Hill and Amanda Kitto on the podium as well. Overall though, Coey takes national title number 11 from Sam Udick and Glenn Mason. It's been a brilliant season on the Mouthfresh Superboats. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. We'll see you in 2018.